let's read Peppa Pig Advent Calendar number 8. George's woolly hat. Peppa and George are spending the day at Granny and Grandpa Pig's house. George is wearing a new woolly hat. Don't get your new hat muddy, George, says Mummy Pig. We promise not to get George's hat muddy, says Grandpa Pig. Peppa and George are playing in the garden. It is a very windy day. Hold on to your hat, says Peppa. Wow! Cried George as his hat sailed up into the sky. Catch it, George! shouted Peppa. George chased his woolly hat right through the mud. George, you are all muddy! cried Peppa. But George's hat is still clean. The wind blew his woolly hat across the garden. Oh no! George's woolly hat is caught in the tree. I'll get it down for you, says Peppa. Grandpa Pig and George watch as Peppa climbs up the tree. Perhaps I should help, said Grandpa Pig. Oops! cried Peppa. Poor Peppa has fallen from the tree and landed in the mud. I see two little piggies who need a bath, says Grandpa Pig. Next, George had blown onto some reed in the pond. Luckily your hat is still clean, George, says Grandpa Pig. He grabbed a stick and reached across the pond. Don't fall in, says Peppa. I know what I'm doing, Peppa, replied Grandpa Pig. Splash! Grandpa Pig falls into the pond. That was a silly thing to do, says Granny Pig. We were trying to get George's hat back, Granny, says Peppa. Where is George's woolly hat now? asks Granny Pig. Granny Pig spots the hat. It has landed on the spade on a pile of stinky manure. If you walk on that manure, you'll be sting. You'll sing, warned Grandpa Pig. Who's Grandpa Pig? I have no intention of sinking, says Granny Pig, laughing. Carefully, Granny Pig climbed over the manure until she reached the woolly hat. Got it, she cheered. But then, Granny Pig fell over and landed in the heap of stinky manure. Oh, smelly Granny, said Peppa. Grandpa Pig, Peppa, and George start to giggle. Mummy Pig arrived to collect Peppa and George. You promised not to let the children get muddy, cried Mummy Pig. Actually, we promised not to let George's hat get muddy, said Grandpa Pig. George's hat is the only clean thing, says Mummy Pig.